One way you can teach a ferret to do lots of quite simple tricks in a very short amount of time is by getting them to follow a target. You can use your hands as a target so that they follow this, or you can use an object. You can get a target stick, which would be a stick with a little bobble on the end that the ferret can follow. And through getting them to follow this, you can teach them to do lots of simple things. So you could get them to follow it around in a circle, turn it into a spin. You can also get them to follow it round your legs and get them to do a weave. You can get them to go round objects, over objects, onto objects. You can use it to then start teaching them assault courses, so you can get them to follow your hand through a tunnel, over a jump, anything you like through weave poles. That can be a good one as well. Teach a hand target, I start with my hand in front of the ferret, and when the ferret accidentally touches my hand with its nose or moves towards my hand with its nose, I'm going to click and treat. So if I repeat this several times, the ferret is going to make the association between following my hand and getting a treat. So he's going to be more likely to try it again. Once he is purposely following my hand, I can start to get him to do it for a little bit longer. I can also start changing his direction so that he follows it round in circles, follows it all about. I can also start to make my hand a little bit further away from him, go a little bit faster, have my hand slightly higher so that he follows it round. And every time that I make something slightly more different or difficult, I'm going to click and treat him for doing slightly less than I have done before. And I also like to make it very clear when I'd like him to start following my hand. And I find that clicking my fingers can be a really good way of doing this. And that can be something that you can also use when you teach him to change onto different hands, so that you click your fingers and show them which hand you'd like them to follow. If he's doing what I've taught him to do, he should be following one hand along and paying attention to that hand, not necessarily looking for another target to change to. So sometimes they can find this a bit difficult to start with, but what I'm going to do is get him to follow one hand around and then take that one away, add the other one sort of quite close to him, and if he switches his attention onto that other hand, I'm going to click that and treat that. So it's switching his attention from one hand to the other hand that's going to get the click and treat, and he doesn't have to follow the second hand for very long to start with. It's just that switching here that I'm rewarding. It's not necessary to have food in your hand while you're doing any of this targeting. The click is letting the ferret know that is what you're getting the treat for, and the ferret doesn't have to see the food at all. Good boy. Nice.